Astroscoop Astrology, welcome back. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and please share. Today we're going to look at the week of June 29th. We have the chart here, June 30th, 2026, for Mercury goes retrograde in Cancer. We're going to talk about that, and we'll also talk about some celebrities that have the Cancer Mercury placement in their birth chart. So Mercury going retrograde on June 30th goes all the way until July 23rd, which it will station, and then it will go back to direct for the remainder of its time until it goes into Leo. Astrologers all over the world talk about different things, what to do with Mercury retrograde. Now, what you really want to do is not just look at it as a retrograde. It is just a pause, but you also really need to look at the sign it's in, what it represents with the planet, and the aspects. And then, of course, what does that Mercury Cancer placement aspect in your chart? Do you have a late Cancer placement? Do you have a 26 degree, 25, 27 degree Cancer placement, Sun, Moon, rising, Venus, Mars, midheaven? That would be a conjunction. Mercury in Cancer is, at least astrologically, is not strongly placed and it's not weakly placed. It's sort of neutral in some ways. Now, Mercury is well placed in a sign like Gemini because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury in Cancer, Cancer is ruled by the Moon. So having a Cancer in Mercury, right here, injects very personal, subjective feelings into the thought process, which can be a good or a bad thing, depending on which situation you have to analyze or put your input into. But Mercury in Cancer in general gives a very emotional cloud to the way the person processes and thinks and uses logic. This is definitely a blend of logic and feeling into logic, or logic into feeling with Mercury in Cancer. Now, in this degree, it's very, very late. This is almost a cusp degree with Leo, and it's retrograde. So this is a little more of a dangerous degree in a sense, because it's attracted to danger. It's very emotional. It's a little temperamental because it's close to Leo, and it's a little more dramatic. So as you can see here, Mercury in Cancer will be conjuncting this Jupiter Leo. Jupiter just went into Leo here. So that's interesting. And that will just enhance all of this kind of fire, water energy. But Mercury in Cancer people can be very funny, very shrewd, and have a good business sense, but they are very protective. So one thing about Cancer placements that I think sometimes people get wrong, and often astrologers as well, is that you can't underestimate Cancer because it's introverted, because it's water, because it tends to be passive, because the crab scuttles to the side and doesn't prefer a direct route. Do not underestimate Cancer. Don't underestimate the strength of it or the ability to retaliate and defend, because Cancer is a cardinal sign. So it's the cardinal water sign. It's the emotional feeler, but it's put in a cardinal car. You know, it's a car that's a cardinal car. It can be fast, but it is also plodding and careful. So Mercury in Cancer in a late degree, again, very, very close to Leo. Some celebrities that have this placement in their natal chart, not necessarily a retrograde Mercury, but Cancer Mercury, is Donald Trump, Martin Gore from Depeche Mode, singer, songwriter, guitarist, Alison Moyet, also another gifted musician and songwriter, singer, the actor Paul Giamatti, very talented, Robert Englund, the man who plays Freddy, or played Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street, Kurt Smith, the bassist, co-founder, and singer-songwriter of Tears for Fears, Todd Rundgren, another extremely gifted singer-songwriter from the 70s, 80s, up until today. So that gives you a good spread of, you got politicians, musicians, got a couple actors there that have Mercury in Cancer. And Mercury in Cancer is funny, and not because of wit. Mercury in Virgo or Mercury in Gemini would be mercurial. That would be pure wit. But this is more funny because Cancer instinctively knows how to reach people emotionally. So when Mercury's in Cancer, that also is a gift. But Mercury in Cancer retrograde, this is a time to be really, really careful with people's feelings about what you say. So up until the July 23rd, maybe 24th, I wouldn't sign any heavy documents if you can just wait, and I would look things over 2 and 3 times. But because it's a Cancer, be careful that people's thinking is not overly emotional. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.